Welcome to this week's episode of the Macgasm podcast. I'm Joshua Schnell.
And I'm Brennan Schnell.
Today we have a whole myriad of products ranging across multiple devices.
So first up, we're gonna be talking about the Audyssey audio dock. Josh, you had a little bit more of an experience with it than I did.
So I've been using it. For those who've been paying attention to my ramblings on Twitter, I'm actually in the process of moving. So I've packed like my computer speakers entirely, and I've plugged this into my computer. Most notably from that experience is on the back, there's a line in, a line out, and a USB plug.
Yep, and I see there's some Bluetooth to show you.
Yeah, so you can connect it. You can connect your device via Bluetooth as well, or plugged in, or the dock. Now, this isn't built for the iPad. On the box, it's the whole lineup: iPods, iPhones, iPod Touches, but the iPads work, and they also work. All the ports really work at once. So if you wanted to screw around a little bit, you could have audio playing from multiple devices. But I'm just gonna really quickly here. Yeah, so I'm gonna play some music right now over Bluetooth to this device. It's not coming from this phone. Hopefully this works as planned.
There you go.
Yeah. So it plays over Bluetooth, as you can hear. Really cool thing is, I'll stop this. So that with the iOS devices, that works once you pair it like AirPlay works.
Yep.
The same button, you would get an Audyssey dock indicator that you can pick.
Yep.
We tried it like 20 minutes ago with iPads, and it works. It was struggling with my iPad 2, but it worked fine with your iPad 1.
Docking.
Plugged in.
Yeah, docked in.
So it also docks, as you can see, an iPad here, fine. But it's mostly meant for your iPhone. Like I said, the really cool thing is Bluetooth connections, because you could be sitting on the couch and playing this. You don't need to dock.
Yeah, it's a lot like your AirPlay, right? But I mean, if you have AirPlay set up, it's hard to justify something like this. But the audio quality out of this thing is spectacular.
Yeah.
I remember when we first got it, we were like, we play with a lot of audio docks, and they all sound like crap. But this.
Well, I wouldn't say they all sound like crap. I mean, some are better low range, high range.
Yeah, a lot of like.
This is a very full sound for being just 2 speakers and whatever else they have built in this small kind of package. It's not that big.
Yeah, no, it's very sleek. It's nice. It's the audio quality is there.
Yeah.
It's not like your bottom end $100 audio docks.
Yeah. The really cool thing this does, which none of the other docks we've tested or have reviewed in the past, is it has a built-in microphone. And it does speakerphone from your phone. So you can do conference calls or whatever over the phone, over speakerphone.
Over Bluetooth too.
Through the little speaker, I'm just gonna turn this here to our camera. But there's a little speaker dock or microphone here, but there's also a line in. So if you wanted an actual microphone or you want to mic yourself up with some kind of mic.
So it's got a multi-purpose. If you're even in a small office and you want to have some speakers, it's a great solution.
Yep.
You can use it for conference calls in your office. If you have a really small office, you can use it for streaming your audio.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Joule iPad stand.
And that's by Element Case.
Yeah, you can check them out at elementcase.com.
It is not cheap for
No,
a case, for a stand.
It is not cheap for a stand, but it is metal.
Yeah, it's what are they called? Like milled metal or something?
Yeah,
where
so
it's machine cut.
So
it is a solid stand. It's heavy. It's got some weight to it.
It's heavy duty. It has 3 settings on the back. You can just take out the back little stand and you can put it into a different hole.
Yeah, so it'll change the
angle. It gives
angle.
different angles of viewing for your iPad, depending on how comfortable you are.
Yeah, and it's magnetic, so it's not going to pop out on you. It's held there, and you can tell when you're putting it in that it
sticks in there.
That it sticks in there good.
We got ours with actually our logo on it.
Yeah, you can do that. They do a whole kind of embossing thing. I think it would have been nice had that been engraved, as opposed to it's kind of like silkscreen printed on it, because that'll wear off over time. But and it also comes in multiple colors. This one's the black version, but they also have like a silver version. I think the silver version looks fantastic. The black version is great. The silver version though seems like a shiny metal, whereas this is kind of more of a matte finish.
I think so. The price was something that you brought up, but putting my iPad in the stand, I'm not worried that it's going anywhere.
No, not at all.
Like I'm putting some weight. Yeah, if you put weight on a corner, it might tip because of one stand. But I know I put my iPad in there, it's not going anywhere. However, I've had cases and I've had stands where I put my iPad in it and you put it in there and it's going to tip over.
So the one we've got here is for the iPad 1. I don't know if they have an iPad 2 edition, and the reason I say that is because there's also a cutout for the speaker, whereas the iPad 2, the speaker's on the bottom back, which you still get the audio, you can still hear it, but there's no real space here
on this version.
Yeah,
that's for sure, because we got the iPad 1 version. So it is. You can tell it's not cheap, right? You can when you get it, you can tell it's not a piece of plastic that's $39.
So I recommend it, but with the caveat that it is expensive. If you're not willing to spend that much, you can find cheaper alternatives. I'm sure we'll review some cheaper alternatives in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of different stands. So that's the Joule stand.
Yeah, the Joule stand
by Element Case, and you can check them out at elementcase.com.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
All right, so next up, we actually have a screen protector. A lot of people actually get screen protectors for their iPhones, and nobody ever really thinks about what about their iPads? A lot of people put them in cases.
That's true. That's a good point, actually.
So I've noticed that, I've never really came across and thought of it because I always close my iPad case, but there's a lot of cases that
don't have a front lid, or even the new iPad 2 Apple case. It just
has the magnets.
It's the magnets, and it could flap open in your bag. That's a good point.
So we got these screen protectors by Moshi.
MoshiMon.com.
Yeah,
and they have a whole lineup of stuff. This one in particular is $30. We also have some others here.
We have another one that's one version is actually a matte finish. So we haven't tested that yet. We're gonna test it. Well, that wasn't that hard, actually. That was really simple. Just to give you guys a shot of what it looks like.
So is that the matte version or no?
Well, it looks like it. This is what it looks like when it's actually
So let's talk briefly about these screen protectors. They obviously do protect your screen. There's no doubt about that to some degree. But for me, I haven't used one since I put one on my iPhone. And the one on my iPhone, when I took it off, you notice a very distinct difference.
But you're gonna get that, right? Your phone isn't as sexy when you have or your iPad isn't as sexy when you have a case on it.
And the really cool thing Moshi did was they made their screen protector with a black band around it, so it doesn't look ridiculous. You don't see air bubbles around the outside here because it had a black finish already.
Well, it's thicker too. It's not one of those, this product isn't one of those thin
vinyl.
Yeah, little pieces of crap where you have to put pressure and get the air bubbles out. This was a lot thicker.
Yeah.
So I think you'll be able to.
And as you can see, it works just like your normal iPad. So.
And I'm not pushing really hard or anything. I'm just gently swiping. Yeah. So it works fine. Like it does the trick.
So $30.
I definitely recommend it because you can't even tell that I have a screen protector on.
So that's it for this episode of the Macgasm podcast. I'm Joshua Schnell.
And I'm Brandon Schnell, and you can find us at twitter.com/Macgasm for our Macgasm Twitter account.
All over the place. Facebook.com/Macgasm.
And we have our personal accounts, twitter.com/eScene.
And twitter.com/Joshua Schnell. You can also follow Luca, our cameraman.
Twitter.com/Valkline.
Cool.
So that's it, and we hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Have a good one.
Later.
Valkine. VALKA.
Josh is retarded. One more time. Where can you follow Luca?
Valkline. Fuck. Look it up.
Look it up, God.
Google it. Come on.
Or if Josh could spell.
Yeah, if I could spell.